sounds.
Welcome to Sunday Afternoon on BBC Two. I'm Diane here live. Settle in for an afternoon of live sports, starting with the Blues versus the Gunners, Match of the Day Live, Women's Super League, Arsenal versus Manchester City.
It's been 7 years since Manchester City lifted a WSL trophy, but 4 games into the current season, they are undefeated and only conceded 1 goal. However, the last time they visited Meadow Park, they were on a similar kind of run, and Arsenal had something to say about that.
What a title race we have on our hands in the WSL. She was waiting in the centre, and there is Bunny Shaw, and there's the lead for Manchester City. Create a yellow card at Katie McCabe. Blacksenius squeezes it in, Leonard Zamora, and Arsenal are back in the game. Here they come. Jones is driven in, and what a goal it is! Katie McCabe, a stunner!
And 63 league appearances, 285 England caps between them. I've got the dream team on punditry today. It is Farrah Williams and Ellen White. Farrah, when you look at this Arsenal team, currently 7th in the WSL, they're going to be desperate for all 3 points today.
Yeah, most definitely. And I think they'll see this game as an opportunity to put themselves back amongst the pack, you know, fighting for that top 3. I actually didn't realise coming into the game, they're only 3 points off Manchester City. Everybody's talking about the fast start and how well Manchester City have started. They win here today and they put themselves on level points. So I'm sure that's an incentive for the manager and players here at Arsenal to get 3 points today.
Yeah, I suppose when you look at both teams, Ellen, they know each other very well. Played 27 times. I think Arsenal have won 12, Manchester City 13. What are you expecting from this game today?
I'm going to be looking at the midfield, to be honest. I'm surprised that Jonas hasn't put Marnham in there for a bit of aggression and a bit of physicality. Obviously, they've got Little and Volti as well in there, but I think who can get control of that midfield and who's going to be the most clinical in front of goal as well? Are we going to see a McCabe screamer? Maybe. But I'm really excited, and obviously, like Farrah said, you know, Arsenal could get back into that pack and be fighting again for the next few games.
Yeah, well, you just mentioned Arsenal. Actually, despite their win against Bristol City last weekend, Jonas Eideveld said he was disappointed with their lack of execution in front of goal. Let's hear his thoughts ahead of this one. Joe Curry's been speaking to both of the managers.
Jonas, you've changed your starting 11 again today. How close are you to knowing what your best starting 11 is?
I think that's going to change during the season. We have a very competitive squad. We have players returning back from long-term injuries, so hopefully that will not be a permanent state so early on in the season here. I can see that changing all the way up to Christmas, to be honest.
Well, Gareth, due to Alex Greenwood's concussion, we knew that she wouldn't be playing today. It is, of course, a fantastic opportunity for another player to come in, but what bigger hole does Alex leave?
Of course, she's an important player for us, Alex, but we're really confident with the girls that we have. We made a lot of changes after our second game against Chelsea, going into a Continental Cup game. Made 9 changes, had 3 suspensions, and still played phenomenally well. So we're pretty comfortable with the players that we have.
Yeah, it was interesting to hear Gareth Taylor talk about Alex Greenwood right there, Farah. Look, here's a player that's matured over the last couple of seasons and now is such an important player for Manchester City. How much is she going to be missed, in your opinion?
No, it's massive, Alex. I think before the international, I thought that Manchester City would come here and dominate the game and get the result. I think in Alex Greenwood's absence, I think it makes the game even more difficult. When I look at the way in which Manchester City set up and play with the ball, she's a key part of that and how they progress through the thirds. But also defensively.
How calm she is on the ball?
Yeah, and the passes that she can see, she can play short passes between the lines, she can play those big diagonals that set them on their way. But defensively, she's matured. She's a much more aggressive defender now. She likes to defend, she enjoys that part of the game. And we've only really seen that in recent seasons. She used to be that player that everybody spoke about with the ball, and without the ball, she needed to tidy up. Yeah. And I think she has both sides of her game. So I think she's a key player for them and a huge miss for them today. And it's Wahabi that's coming in to take her place. And I think, you know, it's big responsibilities for her to do that. Gareth Taylor seems confident in that replacement, but we'll have to see.
OK, well, Ellen, a player returning to Meadow Park today, used to be in Arsenal colours, now Manchester City, Jill Roord. How impressed have you with the impact that she's had in this Manchester City side?
I think for me, I think Man City were looking for someone, especially having lost Caroline Weir, Lucy Bronze and obviously Kira Walsh. That type of pedigree, gets in those spaces, drives with the ball, is a finisher as well. Very good physically, good in the air. And I think she really fits into that Man City mould, that philosophy that he wants to be in those spaces and to have those passes. And I think, you know, she's got Champions League experience as well. So I'm really excited to see her against Arsenal and obviously back where she started for the WSL.
Yeah, it's good to see her back in the WSL. Well, someone who has experienced both highs and lows on and off the pitch is Beth Mead. And after making her return from injury a couple of weeks ago to a standing ovation at the Emirates, let's hope things stay on the up for her. She's caught up with Kelly Summers this week.
It was last November when you did the injury. Did you know straight away just how serious it was?
I knew something wasn't right. I think that's why I got myself upset walking back into the tunnel and stuff after the game. And it was tough to take. And I think, you know, the World Cup was coming up and, you know, it was probably going to be a little bit too early to get there and stuff like that. I think they were the hard moments to take.
I bet especially when Viv went down with the same injury, you couldn't believe that, given the fact that you lived together, the fact that she'd seen you do it as well. What was that like?
I mean, I got sympathy for a week for mine and then she joined in really, so it wasn't ideal. Yeah, we weren't great between us. I remember the night that Viv did hers, I think we laid in bed that night and she had a brace on and I was prepping for surgery and we'd just be looking at each other's knees like, don't know what we've done to deserve it, but at the same time, I do believe things happen for a reason and I got some precious time at home with my mum because I wasn't able to play football. So on the other side of it, yeah, it's not all about football.
What maybe people won't know is that you did lose your mum so soon after doing your ACL. What was that period like for you?
Yeah, unfortunately she passed away just after New Year and I always believe that my mum's with me, so that's kind of what gets me through. And I know she would very much be angry at me if I wasn't doing my best and I wasn't pushing myself to get back in the game.
Let's start with the positive then of your return at the Emirates Stadium just a few weeks ago. Look, you've got a smile even when I mention it. It couldn't really have gone too much better, could it?
I think to get the first game, get back on the pitch and just not think about it was great. The reception I got when I came on, it gave me goosebumps.
Into Mead. Rousseau!
It was my first game back. I was just happy we got them 3 points on the board.
How do you pick yourself up though? How are you still sitting here, this smiley, bubbly, even if you tell me it's just an exterior?
My positive outlook and logical outlook on life just comes in sometimes, and as soon as I came back I just wanted to get back involved with the team and make them happy. And I know a lot of the girls have been really cute since I've got back, saying like that energy's been missed, and sometimes that makes me happy knowing that them girls just get that from me, so that's what I do.
So great to see Beth Mead back and smiling, Ellen White.
It's amazing. She's had a really tough year, but yeah, to see her back and to make her debut back after obviously having that awful injury at the Emirates, to set up Russo's goal as well. I was so happy for her, and yeah, it'd be amazing. She would get a great reception if she comes on today, and yeah, I'm so excited for her, and obviously, yeah, if she can get more assists, she's just going to be flying, isn't she? It's nice to see my name actually there as well. That's very nice.
We did that especially for you. We didn't cut that one off,
I know,
Ellen.
you could have probably cut that one off, but no, I appreciate that. No, what she does, the assists she creates, what she does for Arsenal is phenomenal, and I'm so happy for her.
But what do you think overall with Arsenal at the moment, Farah? Because they're yet to start the same 11. I think only 3 players have started all 4 games. Is that a sign that Jonas Eideveld does not know his best team?
I think so. I think he's signed a lot of players in the summer. I think they needed to in order to strengthen, you know, the squad and the squad depth be more stronger than it has been in recent seasons. But I'm surprised he hasn't played a consistent 11. I understand that he said in his interview before that, you know, the team will continue to change until Christmas. I understand that because we've got Vivian Miedema and Beth Mead to return to the squad, so I can understand it for that reason. But he come into the season knowing those 2 players weren't available. So he should have already started thinking about what his 11 might look like. And then I think we would have got a more consistent performance out of this Arsenal team. But I think he's closer to knowing his 11. And I think, you know, there is only a few games between now and Christmas for them. So I can see changes. But hopefully he finds it soon because they can be a real force.
Do you think there's a lot more pressure on this Arsenal team at the moment?
I think so, because they haven't performed as well as they would have liked to. So I think this is a big game for them, a big performance needed, and hopefully, you know, for us and for me as a striker, I want to see lots of goals.
You always say that. Every Ellen White wants to see goals. Everyone. We need to get you a new line. Well, I'll tell you, someone, a double act that have great lines. Let's get you over to our commentary team right now. Rachel Brown-Finnis is alongside Robin Cowan.
Thank you very much, Alex. It's Rachel alongside me, very much the opposite. Likes to see the goals being stopped. But here we have a huge game in the WSL. League football returns after the international break. Arsenal, who pipped Manchester City to a Champions League place last season, have yet to convince so far. A result against the early front-runners would put to bed any lingering concerns about the season ahead for the Gunners, while City, a settled squad, one of 2 teams yet to be beaten. This will be a big test of their resolve to preserve that impressive early record. Here are your teams then for the home side. It's 2 changes from the win over Bristol City. Before the break, Amanda Ilestedt has recovered from a thigh injury to start in defence, alongside Katie McCabe, who makes her 200th appearance for Arsenal. She has scored 6 goals and made 2 assists in the last 4 games for club and country. Chloe Lacasse makes just her 2nd WSL start since joining from Benfica. Beth Mead and Vivian Miedema are named on the bench as they continue their recoveries from their respective knee injuries. 2 changes as well for City from their win over Leicester. Alex Greenwood is unavailable due to the head injury suffered while on England duty. She's replaced by Layla Wahabi. Lauren Hemp also returns to the starting 11 in a very attacking-looking City lineup. Jill Roord, the only summer addition at City, spent 2 seasons at Arsenal before leaving for Wolfsburg. Rachel Brown-Finnis, you're interested in how the game this afternoon will play out in the wide positions in particular?
Absolutely, Robin. Katie McCabe up against Lauren Hemp, we expect down that City's left-hand side, and Chloe Kelly up against Steph Catley. And that's where this could be won and lost. We've seen many a battle of Katie McCabe up against a respective winger. This time, Katie McCabe, we expect deployed at right back for Arsenal.
A welcome sight, those 2 continuing their recovery from injury, and Vivian Miedema made her return to the international scene over the break as well for her native Netherlands. Beth Mead not selected in the squad, but has made a couple of substitute appearances for Arsenal. So we are just about set here at Boreham Wood. First time Arsenal have played here this season. Rebecca Welsh, the referee today. Started the league season at the Emirates. See if home comforts could extend here to their usual home, Boreham Wood. So here we go, underway. The early season matchup between two of the favourites for the WSL title and the Champions League places. And once again, we will be saying that this could be a significant game, whatever the results will be.
I feel Arsenal need it more than Manchester City. Certainly to get something out of this game. Another loss for Arsenal, I'd argue, would see them out of the title race. Manchester City, albeit they, without Alex Greenwood, were never present for them. They've had an excellent start to the season.
As mentioned, a settled squad, unlike Arsenal, who did a lot of transfer in a lot of activity in the summer transfer window. Just the one addition, Jill Roord, who has been exceptional since coming in. It is helped on here to Roord, the Dutch international, formerly of Arsenal.
She was very much a fan's favourite, and a big loss to Arsenal, I believe, when she did leave. We're happy seeing her back here in a City shirt. She's been wonderful for Manchester City so far this season.
Roord out to Chloe Kelly. Delivers the cross towards the edge of the penalty area. It's Shaw, and it's wide.
You can already see the rotation of that front three, plus the number 10 position. Jill Roord, Chloe Kelly, Khadija Shaw, Mary Fowler, Lauren Hemp, all rotating across those positions. And this time, Bunny Shaw should have done better. Mary Fowler lets it go. Not on a preferred foot, Bunny Shaw. Already signs of danger for City.
Scored in this very game last season, which Arsenal won in the end, thanks to a trademark Katie McCabe rocket. Danger for Arsenal here. Hemp prevented from taking the shot. That's good closing down from Illistedt, but she's still got it, Hemp. And slipped at the vital moment, and it's out for a goal kick. A couple of early scares here for Arsenal.
Actually good defending up against Lauren Hemp in those tight areas. Pressure from Pelova, coming back to defend. Know that you can't have a nibble because the quick feet of Hemp, what that would result in.
Back to Catley. Spreads the play out to Katie McCabe, who is lining up at right back today. Pretty much played every single position for Arsenal since joining in 2015. 200th appearance today. As a start to the season she's had, she has got them out of a couple of big holes already.
She's been phenomenal, Katie McCabe. I remember when she first joined the club and was a bit part player. I'm sure she would admit that wasn't the best version of what she could be. Is very much that right now.
City winning it back high up the pitch. Kelly, good movement from Shaw, takes aim, closed down by Illistedt, forced into a defensive action once again early on. Really good hold-up play from Russo. Tried to dig it out over to the far side for Lacasse. Keating's turn to get closed down. Kelly motoring back to keep that in.
Very much part of the play, Kiara Keating, as far as how to build up. Admitted, I talked to her week before last and said her superpower or her strength is ball at her feet, playing out, and that's how Manchester City want to play. Play out from the back, thread those balls through. And she's earned that starting position.
Big call from Gareth Taylor. 3 senior goalkeepers, well, 2 senior goalkeepers. You could argue she's the least senior, and she has got the nod at the start of this season.
Well, Sandy McKeever now, senior international with Scotland, and Ellie Roebuck really. England's #1 formally.
I think Leah Valti knew that was a ill-timed challenge. A yellow card is accepted without argument.
There's going to be plenty more of those duels in midfield. It was late, and it was cynical, and therefore worthy of a yellow.
Alexandri striding forward, finding Mary Fowler. Started every single WSL game, whips it in. Way by Wubben Moy. Uncharacteristically, poor touch from Hasegawa. Arsenal on the move with Chloe Lacasse. Too much on that for Russo. Opportunity spurned.
Russo done well. She got between Uhabi and Alana Kennedy at centre half. Just the weighting of that ball. Gareth Taylor, though, will be happy with the start that Manchester City have had. They looked in control and comfortable, and plenty of movement up front, causing problems for Arsenal.
Some raised eyebrows about his new contract after the 4th place finish last season, the worst finish they've had since 2014. But they've started the season well. Shaw tripped, free kick for City.
Shows you that rotation, the movement, not just across the line, but the depth. Another yellow card for Rebecca Welsh, this time for the movement of Bunny Shaw. Drops deep, and that's careless, really, isn't it? Poor tackle, poor timing from Palova.
Two central midfielders booked already for Arsenal. No nonsense refereeing. Rebecca Welsh.
Yeah, but we don't want to see a case like Chelsea Man City, where Man City are down to 9 players and the contest is...
Zinsberger taking a risk. And in the end, the angle was tight enough to prevent Chloe Kelly having a proper shot at goal. It's been a feature early on in this game, though, hasn't it, Rachel? City pressing up high, trying to force the error.
Absolutely, and putting numbers forward. You see from the setup now, the goal kick, Chloe Kelly high, Bunny Shaw high, Mary Fowler just behind her, Lauren Hemp. They don't want to allow Arsenal possession of the ball in that defensive third.
Given straight to Rord. Kelly, she got the contact on that pass that she wanted. Tried the first time to Hemp. Kelly delivers. Wubben Moy in the way.
Ultimately, that's come from playing out from the back. You can see the press. As a goalkeeper myself, former goalkeeper myself, you have to ultimately take responsibility for the decision. Its consequence is a corner. Its consequence could be worse. Zinsberger has to mix it up and go long sometimes.
This is where Arsenal have been vulnerable and where City have been fruitful. Corner taken short. Kelly to Hasegawa. Kelly waiting for her moment. It's inside, left-footed towards Shaw, who wins the header. It was quite far out. Eventually, Arsenal do clear their lines.
Neither team were convincing in what they did from that corner. You see the height, the commanding presence of Bunny Shaw. Aerially, an advantage for City.
away from Caitlin Ford just in time, and Morgan, a great ball down the line for Shaw. Real intelligent movement from the Jamaican international. It's Shaw. You see what she was trying to do there, but gave Zinsberger too much of a chance to gather.
Just not enough angle from Bunny Shaw. As you mentioned, excellent run on the back shoulder of Ubunmoy. You know she's got excellent speed, decent shot, but Zinsberger should always save that one.
Shaw again as City turn the ball over again. Kelly trying to turn, just wide. City are all over Arsenal here.
Should have scored. Chloe Kelly just drags it wide. And again, it comes from Arsenal's sloppy in possession, their own final third. Can't clear it. Chloe Kelly, tight turn. And putting themselves under waves of endless pressure, Arsenal.
Chloe Kelly against the club where it all began. Spell it Everton in between.
Best part of a year out with an ACL as well in between. Won a Euros in between.
Well, it's already been quite the career for Chloe Kelly, and a lot more to come, you suspect. Didn't take the ball with her and fouled Katie McCabe. And is this going to be another booking? Yes. Third booking already for Lauren Hemp. Another one who's already been sent off this season.
Well, we're seeing yellow cards being brandished for potentially things that previous seasons hadn't been done, but this is Lauren Hemp. I like how she's drifting centrally, but has to do that for England as well as Manchester City.
Alexandria just about holding off Alessia Russo. Palova slips it through for Ford, and Catley! Beautiful finish! Arsenal absorbed all the pressure, and against the run of play, they have taken the lead against Manchester City. Big, big goal for Arsenal.
Well, that was clinical. Their first shot on goal and one goal. Lovely bit of build-up. You see how free Steph Catley gets at the back post. It's given away pretty cheaply by Manchester City. And then that space, look, Esme Morgan gets dragged across centrally, and Catley in acres of space in that vacant left side position just dispatches it into the top corner past Kiara Keating. Nothing she could do. Brilliant presence from Caitlin Ford to draw two defenders and slip it past. Look at that for a finish. Exactly what Jonas Eidevall would have wanted from his team in response to City's dominance.
Only her second WSL goal, and her first since November last year. So they come around but once a year, but that seemed to be worth the wait. Brilliant finish. How many times do we see players crumble a little bit as she had 3 or 4 sky blue shirts running towards her. She kept her cool, picked her spot, and Kiara Keating had no chance of reaching that at all.
City will be disappointed, but they have been wasteful. Bunny Shaw's had a couple of chances, not really tested, one wide and one pretty much straight at Zinsberger. Chloe Kelly dragged one wide just seconds before Catley scored.
Catley free again. So that is the risk of the high press, is that if it's beaten, a little light, and you can be punished.
Illestad's dealt pretty well with the 1v1 battle with Bunny Shaw. Good physical matchup.
Only one of previous 19 WSL meetings as this fixture ended in a draw. You usually do have a winner. A lot of time to go in this one.
It's great being back at Boreham Wood and the vocal fans being literally right next to us, right on the edge of the pitch. Will be a wonderful experience for 30, 40, 50,000 at the Emirates for Arsenal.
Get the best of both worlds nearly, don't you? Have the Emirates and the crowd there, but then this more compact space.
Played here many, many, many times against Arsenal. And it's quite a daunting place with fans on your doorstep.
Oh, now it's going to be a penalty for Arsenal. Keating not quite quick enough. Lacasse. Some sharpness of movement in mind, and she got there just ahead of Keating. Really, really good play. And a yellow card for the goalkeeper and a penalty for Arsenal.
Late tackle. No doubting that that is the correct decision. Again, it's the press of the attacking players, and she just didn't see her coming, I don't think, Chiara Keating, or certainly didn't see her coming at the speed that she was. Big moment for Chiara Keating, recently called into the senior England team. She's down there, got the chance to mix with Chiara Keating, Mary Earps and Ali Roebuck and Hannah Hampton. Chat Serena Wiegman. Not the most successful of camps, but great honour for Chiara Keating. But WSL week in, week out, this is where your experience is built, and no more experience than Kim Little. Many a penalty I've faced against her here at Boreham Wood.
She has scored 18 out of 22 WSL penalties, Kim Little. And she's up against the 19-year-old Chiara Keating, who's given away the penalty. This potentially significant moment in this game. It's Little. She saved it. Well, what a moment for Chiara Keating.
What a response. The girls before wanted goals, I wanted clean sheets. Well done, Chiara Keating. Full length stretch, not many that Kim Little misses, but just off the ground, gives that chance for the goalkeeper.
Here comes the corner, well cleared. Back in by McCabe and over the top. Amanda Illestad, who showed her goal-scoring prowess at the World Cup. Touch eluded her that time.
Great ball in from Katie McCabe. See Chiara Keating starting to come. It was going to be in no man's land, but it's Illestad who lets off Manchester City. Just need to ride this Kiara Keaton in the City goal just needs to recompose herself. Brilliant save. But that cortisol that's released in that moment just needs to be calmed back down.
Russo trying to burst her way through. Cross is blocked. Well, it's been an eventful game to say the least.
Thinking entertainment value has been brilliant. Lots of shots, drama, yellow cards.
This could be a turning point. That was a chance for Arsenal to go 2-0 up, and they haven't taken it.
And it's been all Arsenal this last 5-6 minutes. After arguably it was all Manchester City at the beginning.
Here's Roord. Ruben Moy stepping in. Oh, what a touch from Ford. That is gorgeous, and Ford! Good goalkeeping from Keating, that would have been a wonder goal.
Well, Kiara Keaton's undersold herself, because that could have been top bins, it could have been top hand, but she gets her feet across and makes the save look pretty routine. But the footwork, if you get a chance to see that again, is what makes that save.
Step gets a foot in, but Shaw still going. It's towards Kelly, well held. Zinsberger.
Good commanding catch from Zinsberger. A couple of shaky moments in possession, Zinsberger. Had a little word with Jonas Eidevall after Arsenal had scored, wondering what tactical advice he was offering to her.
Really good turn from the Cats, and she's away from Wahabi. Went for goal. There perhaps was a better option there. Valti making her way to the edge of the box. Here's McCabe. There's space for Ruben Moy. Fires it to Caitlin Ford. It's away from one, and then a big challenge from Roord. A fair one.
Well, they've got the bit between the teeth, haven't they, Arsenal, at the moment? They sniff that they've got a chance to really snuff this game out. They want more. That ruthless streak that we haven't seen with Arsenal. The ability to really kill teams off this season. That's what Eidevall wants to see from his team.
There hasn't really been a WSL game this season where they've put in a 90-minute performance where you really believe that they are title contenders. That's still to come, and they didn't start this game well, but since the goal, they've really limited Manchester City.
They're lucky they weren't 2-0 down when Steph Catley scored that goal.
Alexandri onto Fowler. Arsenal win it back. Kim Little will give it away. Shaw shielding it well. Kelly with the cross. Away by McCabe. Hasegawa. Roord force back. For the first time, it seems, this game. You can take a breath. Little down the line with the pacey Chloe Lacasse. Lovely drop of the shoulder there from Alexandri. Hasegawa into Shaw, a heavy touch. Worked back to Zinsberger. It's kept in. It's the Arsenal goal scorer, Steph Catley. Steps. Finds forward, but the flag is up.
Not much in it, but good discipline from the back line of Manchester City. That is where Arsenal are looking dangerous. Caitlin Ford, particularly down this left-hand side with her. Lacasse seems to be beaten. Alexander for pace as well.
Russo allowed to turn. It's a slightly, perhaps, controversial incident ahead of the penalty. Alessia Russo perhaps hoping that she'd get the chance. Kim Little is the regular penalty taker, or so we understand. She might not be now.
Oh, well, most number 9s do take penalties, with one massive exception we have on the sideline today. But you're right, best part of 20 years, Kim Little's been taking penalties for Arsenal, so Alessia Russo may have that discussion.
Hopefully Alex Scott and Farrah Williams spare Ellen White that particular discussion. I don't think it's one she particularly enjoys having. She had plenty of goals anyway. She didn't need penalties as well. Catley. Russo. Trying to go round the outside, forcing Kennedy to put the ball out of play for a corner.
This is the swell of confidence that Arsenal have shown since that goal. Keep putting Manchester City under pressure. Does well, Alana Kennedy, to get back. The test for Kiara Keating.
Floated in by Palova. Kennedy gets her head to it. Whenever Katie McCabe gets on the ball, no matter where she is on the pitch, you hear cries of shoot from the Arsenal fans. Nicely done. Kim Little composed in the midfield as always. Catley. Ford making the move. Turns away from her Australia teammate. Finds Palova. McCabe. Oh, lovely flick. Just not quite precise enough to find Russo, but Arsenal now brimming with confidence.
Testing this makeshift back line. A lot of changes for the back line of Manchester City. Dealt really well. Lovely little flick from Caitlin Ford. Good positioning from Esme Morgan. See that Ford-Catley partnership proved so successful for Arsenal this season.
Palova. Now McCabe. Kennedy stepping out, defence and winning it back. It's a really good foot in by Valti. Clean challenge from Woodman-Moy. Advantage played as she was tripped. Off she goes. Slalom run from Woodman-Moy. Palova. Russo. Good awareness to spot Lacasse out wide. McCabe. Trying to pick out Palova. Alexandri tight to her to make the clearance.
Well, Arsenal look more likely to extend their lead before half-time. Gareth Taylor needs another gear out of Manchester City.
Something's clicked with Arsenal since they scored the goal after 14 minutes, and they haven't let that penalty miss, which could have doubled their lead, get to them, it seems.
Arsenal just giving them no breathing space whatsoever at the back.
Little lovely touch to find Palova. Keeps her feet. She's absolutely surrounded, Palova. And a little bit too aggressive from Kim Little in that challenge with Chloe Kelly.
Edeval thought that Palova had been fouled prior to that. There's another yellow card coming out. I'm pretty sure about Welsh, but mouth the word dissent in brandishing that.
Not sure who was the dissenter.
I think it was Palova she was aiming it towards, but
I should say if it was Palova, she wasn't booked earlier. It was actually Lacasse. Another big challenge coming in here. Wahabi on the deck. Wahabi in the book for Manchester City.
well, she doesn't get anywhere near the ball. There's a mounting number of players. Becca Welsh's yellow card.
I hope she's written them down in small handwriting.
But this contest does mean a lot to both teams in title ambitions and Champions League places, so it's always going to be hotly contested. This is where Palova's dispossessed. Kim Little slides in late. There you see Palova make an argument towards the referee and remembers that that is dissent.
Well, you can't say they haven't been warned.
Yeah, as petulant as it seems, this season they're clamping down, and the only way to do it is to be consistent, and they are certainly being consistent with handing out yellow cards for back chat and dissent.
As Manchester City know all too well, that was the only points they dropped so far this season. They managed to hang on against Chelsea with 9 players after some eyebrow-raising decisions that day. Kelly working the space and delivering too close to Zinsberger.
Just needed a near-post runner. It's a brilliant ball in from Chloe Kelly, well commanded by Zinsberger. But if Bunny Shaw had just checked across that near post, that's one that Ellen White would have been absolutely nestling in the back of the net.
Into the final 10 minutes. Absolutely flown by. Absorbing contest here at Boreham Wood. Touch. Chloe Kelly into Shaw. Passing out. Now Morgan. Finding Lauren Hemp. It's a crisp 1-2 between those two players. Fowler, Roard, took a deflection. Palmed aside by Zinsberger, back in by Kelly, towards the back post, off the bar, and away by Innerstedt. Big chance for City.
Melee, wasn't it? Great recovery in the back post from Lauren Hemp to recycle it. Mary Fowler gets into space, leads it to Jill Road. Deflection makes it a bit of a late decision for Zinsberger. Oh, Lauren Hemp onto the bar. And Sis will be wondering how on earth that didn't finish up in the back of the net. Pretty routine save, but Zinsberger is down on the floor being treated right now. It's a worrying sight for Arsenal. So close.
Bit of a clash there with Bunny Shaw. Arsenal continue to repel everything that Manchester City has thrown at them. And just a little reminder for Rebecca Welsh, who has been booked. And this was the
This is the incident where Palova... No, let's see. Lacasse. Okay.
This was a long time ago. We've rewound.
Just to clarify, Lacasse is on there too.
So by my count, that is 5 bookings. Diligent from Rebecca Welsh. Failed to prepare. Needs to know when, or perhaps if, she needs to get that red card ready.
Well, you just hope a contest like this, highly fueled but high quality, ends with the best team winning, not the team that's down to 9 players or in some sort of unjustified deficit such as that. But it does take self-control from the players, especially when there's There's such a clampdown on the likes of dissent. That's purely on the player to hold your tongue.
Final 5 minutes. Dispossessed in the cave. And a challenge from Mary Fowler. And just a foul this time, looks like.
Right decision. Lovely little bit of play from Katie McCabe. One of the players not booked this afternoon. Just draws it between two players and is always going to draw the foul for her team.
She's 6 bookings this game, 3 apiece. McCabe. Crucial header. Rousseau. Good play. Finds Lacasse. Corner kick.
Excellent defending actually there, because Lacasse was full speed and tried to nutmeg the defender. Does really well to get her body in the way and only concede a corner.
Floated in, flicked on. Cleared by Fowler. Ilestedt goes down. Picked up by Leah Valti. Arsenal will reset.
Arsenal have certainly not made the most of set pieces and corners. We often see Katie McCabe up taking those, and maybe with her right back position today, it's not possible. They tend to have been absorbed by Manchester City and cleared by Gareth Taylor's side.
And tonight you can see all the highlights from all the WSL games on the Women's Football Show tonight, 11:35 on BBC One. And our next outing in the WSL, Tottenham against Liverpool on BBC Two. That's next Sunday. Again, we start at 12:15. Arsenal ending the half strongly.
Arsenal fans behind the goal, they want additional advantage on that second goal.
McCabe takes aim, caught by Chiara Keating. Very similar position from which she scored in this game last season. Cutting in from the right-hand side onto that deadly left foot of hers.
Yeah, just read all the way by Keating in goal. Got her feet across. Got her height, just her distance off the line. Watched it all the way in. Steph Catley, beautiful finish. Still decides this game so far.
Kelly slips it through for Shaw, and now Hemp drifts in towards the back post, and Shaw couldn't quite stretch enough.
Do you know what? Shaw was just blocked momentarily by Ilestedt, and that stopped her going full flow at that ball. Because she saw, as soon as Bunny Shaw had laid the ball out to Lauren Hemp, that's exactly what Lauren Hemp and Bunny Shaw were looking at doing. Running in Bunny Shaw, and Lauren Hemp providing. Great defending from Ilestedt.
Loose touch from McCabe. gifts it to Hasegawa. 4 minutes of time added on. Hemp cutting inside. Again, that ball to the back post towards Shaw. Won by Illistedt. Wahabi came onto it, but didn't get the connection, and Arsenal clear. Oh, a slight mix-up there. Keating very far out of her line. Little picking up space, allowed to turn away from Alexandri. This is promising. Red shirts making their way into the middle. It is Keating's.
There's plenty of wizardry from Kim Little over the years. She's able to play in that holding midfield alongside Volti, or she gets to go forward, she can still skip past players.
Shaw somehow manages to wriggle away. Brilliant play from Shaw. Kelly tried to cut inside. McCabe read it. McCabe is fouled. A free kick for Arsenal.
Katie McCabe read that situation perfectly. Not sure how much contact there was on Katie McCabe. But good run forward from Chloe Kelly. She knew that once she cleared it, Chloe Kelly was going to have a forwards tackle. Such an experienced player now, Katie McCabe, for Arsenal, and absolutely key in the real character of the overall team. Great to see those two back as well.
Russo invites Lacasse forward, but out of play under pressure by Wahabi. Still a couple of minutes of stoppage time left.
I feel like if Arsenal could make the most of this wave of attack, a very different team talk for both teams at half-time.
McCabe pulled up for the foul throw, and she knew it. Slippery hands, it seems.
Well, it's one of those where you want to go early, and you 70% do go early and then think, oh no. And it's irretrievable.
Foul on Kelly. One of the 6 players on a booking.
Has to be careful because slippery customers, the likes of Chloe Kelly and Lauren Hemp, playing up against her. One ill-timed tackle and Lacasse, as time could be done on the pitch.
Wonder if the benches might be used a little earlier than planned because of the situation that these players are in. Some of them are in, at least. Russo trying to find Lacasse again, cut out by Wahabi. And there we have it. Thrilling first half. Arsenal a goal to the good thanks to a brilliant strike from Steph Catley. It could have been better. They were awarded a penalty, but Kiara Keating came up with a quite brilliant save to deny Kim Little from the penalty spot. So Rachel Brown-Finnis still very much all to play for.
Both teams have been scintillating at times. They've absorbed a lot of pressure defensively, and it's just that cutting edge composure and execution that is the difference. City certainly had chances, but Steph Catley proved to be the difference. Opened up, a little bit of space, enough time, and the execution was absolutely stunning.
Well, a lot to unpack there at half-time for Farrell Williams and Ellen White. Not sure 15 minutes is enough. Half-time at Boreham Wood. Arsenal 1, Manchester City 0.
Thank you, Robin. Thank you, Rachel. Well, it's a game that has ebbed and flowed both ways. Interesting, Farah. Manchester City lead the possessions at 61%, but Arsenal found the way.
They did, and I felt Manchester City actually started really fast, and they started with their high press, which we're used to seeing. And it took Arsenal maybe 10-15 minutes to work it out. But once they worked it out, I felt like Arsenal were the better of the two sides, even though Manchester City were actually dominating in possession, as you mentioned there.
How have you seen the game, Ellen?
Yeah, no, I'd agree with Farah. And I think once they were able to get that goal, I felt like then Arsenal got more of a rhythm. They started to pass the ball more. They started to figure out how to use Man City's players and then use the space and then put the ball in the right areas and move the ball up the pitch. Yeah. So it's been a really interesting game, but then I feel like Man City have had some chances, and so they'll be really disappointed actually not to have gone in and potentially like 1-0.
Well, it was a beautiful move, Farah, for their first goal in terms of their passing from down the right-hand side and finding Catley on the left side.
Yeah, actually, it come from the keeper. It was obviously direct play from Arsenal originally, and they get it in, and you see here it goes back to the Manchester City keeper, Keating, who's normally very composed in possession, actually rushes her clearance. What I think is Caitlin Ford does really well here, uses her body and just lays it off perfectly for Catley to just pass it into the top corner. You'll see it better from here. We actually thought from where we were sat, Alex, that Catley had laced it into the top corner. She actually passed it with the instep, but here, Caitlin Ford, fantastic, uses her body well, holds up play, and I think the layoff, Ellen, was beautiful.
It was beautiful, and I actually really like movement from Ford. She really comes in field, which then drags Morgan with her, which then creates that space for Catley to then come on the outside. But a beautiful finish, and I'd be very proud of that. And I said goals. So we got a goal.
One goal, Ellen, one goal. Well, you can see from Catley's reaction and her celebration, it's actually only her second WSL goal, but they could have made it too with the penalty, Farah.
Yeah, they could have, and you know, who better? I was saying to you, Alex, off air when we sat there that normally Kim Little, you're so reliant. When it comes to penalties, she'd normally put them away. So, yeah, I was a little bit surprised that she didn't execute the penalty. But you can see here, keeper just rushes out a little bit and very late in the challenge. But we'll see the penalty, and you see there, the contact's definitely there. Really good decision from the referees, in a great position to actually see this. Sometimes they get missed. But the penalty itself, Alex, there wasn't much conviction in it from Kim Little, which for me surprised me a little bit. As I said, I'm used to seeing her, you know, hit the back of the net with these, and it's a fantastic save. So Keating actually does really well to redeem herself there and fingertip save it onto the post.
Even though Kim Little missed that penalty, she is the penalty taker for Arsenal. I think she's taken the most, 22 penalties. She's scored 18, the most in the WSL. But I suppose it was interesting because we saw Alessia Russo hold the ball first of all, Ellen.
Yeah, I think
Ellen would have been holding it, by the way.
Thanks so much for bringing that up. I really appreciate that. I think it's coming more into the game now, isn't it? That someone else is holding the ball and kind of giving the penalty taker a little bit of time to think about it, not being in the melee potentially of players kind of disrupting you, taking that penalty. So I can understand why Russo is having that ball, but maybe it's a conversation now of maybe a bit of a switch. But Kim's always taken the penalties, always.
And Farah was as well. She was the one taking the ball off everyone else. Okay, well, Farah, actually, I want you to talk about, because as we were watching the game and the game was developing, you kept talking about City's formation.
Yeah, we've seen them do so well in possession, and they have that front four that seems to rotate positions, which is great when you're in possession. But what Arsenal worked out really well was here you'll see when the picture comes, is Bunny Shaw is central, and it looks like she's playing like a tip of the diamond. But by her doing that, it means that Chloe Kelly and Hemp, who are normally quite wide, and stopping those wide angles of passes, they're really narrow. And for Sinsberger, a goalkeeper that's under a little bit of pressure, playing with a little bit of confidence, they've actually given her only one option. When a keeper has one option, they most of the time make the right decision. Yeah. It's when they have more time to make decisions, and that decision making normally can become a little bit untidy. So for me, I think that City can adapt that, maybe push Bunny Shaw a little bit higher, and then Chloe Kelly a little bit wider on one side and Hemp on the other, make the keeper make more decisions, because they've played around that press far too easy. That probably wasn't the best example of it, but there's been many examples of Arsenal playing really well around Manchester City's press.
It's actually been interesting, both because you've been speaking about both keepers and pressing both keepers, Farah.
Yeah, but Keating, she's a fantastic young goalkeeper, but very inexperienced. Playing with a lot of confidence because she's had some fantastic games. But how confident is she when she's put under a lot of pressure? And I think we saw an example of that when the ball was played back to her. Her clearance was very rushed, under minimal pressure, and obviously that led to the opening goal from Arsenal. I don't know what you think, Ellen, on that.
No, I agree, and I think putting a lot of pressure on those keepers it forces them to make a decision. It forces them to go on the back foot as well. But Man City have allowed Zinsberger just to have that one decision making, and it's out. Catley's free.
Yeah.
So it'd be an interesting conversation for both Taylor and also Eidevall.
Okay, well, Arsenal have welcomed back 2 players from ACL injuries in Beth Mead and Vivian Miedema. But somebody still in that ACL club at the moment is Laura Veenway. So let's go over to Jo Curry and see how her recovery is doing at the moment.
Yes, I know, Laura, you'd much rather be out on the pitch than talking to me. I won't take it personally, but whilst we've got you, how are you and how's your ACL injury going?
Yeah, I'm doing all right. I'm halfway through now, and yeah, I mean, obviously it's not an easy injury. I think you need to be patient in the whole process, but yeah, it's just nice to be out running again and not being stuck in the gym anymore, so I'm doing all right.
Well, that's what we love to hear. We can see the likes of Beth Mead and Viv Miedema warming up behind you. I know you wouldn't wish this injury on any other player, but the fact there have been so many of you going through the same thing at the same time, how much of a help has that been to you?
Yeah, it's been, I mean, obviously, like you said, you don't really want anyone to be injured, but for us, I think it helped a lot just to have, yeah, teammates around you who are going kind of through the same thing. And yeah, I think we're all really determined in what we're doing, but it's just nice to have a balance sometimes as well, like off the pitch or off the gym, and yeah, to keep each other happy, to entertain each other when it's needed, and yeah, just to know that there is someone there when it's, yeah, a bit rough sometimes. So yeah,
I can imagine.
Been incredible, the girls.
But the fact that you guys are elite athletes, I know you're competitive. Have you also pushed each other on?
Yeah, I think that's, yeah, our natural as well. Yeah, I mean, obviously me and Leah are really close together, and yeah, it's just nice to see when she is doing well. I'm really happy for her when she's doing well, so it is nice, and also that you, like you said, that we can just push each other to the limit, and I think that's what this rehab is about as well.
Well, I know you're hoping to be back by next year. We wish you all the luck with the rest of your recovery, and thanks so much for speaking to us.
Thank you very much.
Great to hear from Laura there. Well, let's see what other things we have across the BBC going on today, because straight after us on BBC Two, you can watch the International Wheelchair Rugby League as England face France. And following that, we've got live FA Cup action as Charlton Athletic host Cray Valley in the first round. That one at 5:15. And you can catch all of the weekend's highlights from the WSL on the Women's Football Show tonight at 11:35 on BBC One. And on the iPlayer, there's this.
The Football Academy is back with a brand new series, bringing you closer to the passion and power of our rising stars. Experience the highs.
This is why we play football.
And lows.
Can't watch.
There will be more goals and famous faces than ever before. Watch our players tackle challenges.
Your control is insane.
Forge friendships and chase their dreams in
A brand new series of the Football Academy.
Watch now on BBC iPlayer.
Well, Aston Villa are yet to pick up a point in the WSL this season. They faced current champions Chelsea yesterday. If you missed it, here's the best of the action.
Corner work short this time. Here's Fleming. Chipped it to the back stick. Oh, and cleared off the line by Daly. Danger's not passed yet. There's Millie Bright. 1-0 Chelsea. Ritin Canrid stood it up to the back post. There's Kirby, second time surely, 2-0, 2 goals in 5 minutes for Chelsea. Cuthbert got ahead to that. And breaking here for Ritin Canrid. She's got Kirby square if she needs her. She doesn't. 3-0. Cuthbert snapping in to win it again, so typical of her. Force Fleming a little wide with the pass. Plenty of blue shirts in the box here, though. One of them's Ashley Lawrence, who gets her first Chelsea goal. A horrible day for Villa so far. Still a long time to go in the game as well. That's the worry as far as they're concerned. Here's Beaver Jones. Had a look to see if she was onside. The flag stayed down. Still Beaver Jones. She couldn't, could she? Oh, what a goal! Fleming. Ritin Canrid. Beaver Jones amongst those in the middle. Checo trying to stop the cross. She hasn't been able to, though. It's Niamh Charles. It's 6. Sensational from Chelsea. 6 goals, 6 different goal scorers. They're going top of the table in style.
Yeah, a comfortable day for Chelsea, and actually big news coming after that Emma Hayes will be leaving Chelsea Women at the end of the season. After 11 years manager at the club, she's made a huge impact, not just at Chelsea, for women's football in this country. It's going to be a huge loss for Chelsea, Farah.
Massive, and a massive gap to fill. I feel sorry for anybody that's come in to take her place. You can see there all the trophies that she's won over the years, but she's been a big part of Chelsea and the building of Chelsea ladies. I think the fact that she was given time really early on, this success didn't come overnight. It wasn't in the first couple of seasons, and Chelsea really invested in Emma Hayes, and Emma Hayes likewise really invested in Chelsea women and made them the force that they are today. So that replacement is going to be really difficult, but it's a new opportunity for Emma to go and do something different. It's looking like maybe the US national team has been rumoured. I would have liked to have done the England national team, but we have a fantastic coach currently in position, so we're quite lucky. But I mean, good luck to her, and it's something that she probably deserves after a long, club career, Ellen.
Ellen, what are your thoughts from a player's perspective? Playing under Emma Hayes, the players that she has, the players that she's just brought in, when a manager of her stature is leaving the club, how would that affect you?
Well, first of all, I think, who she's brought in over the years has been phenomenal, and people talk so highly of her. I think they'll be absolutely disappointed, but they could probably totally understand her wanting to make that role and that step potentially to be the US national coach. But yeah, she's been incredible and such empowerment for female coaches as well.
OK, we might have time at the end of the game to carry on this conversation, but let's get back to today's game. Manchester City, how do they get back into this game in the second half?
I think you spoke at the top of the show about the percentage at the half-time, about the percentage that they're ball possession, and they need to utilise it. They need to make full advantage of what they do with that ball. They need to get into more attacking areas and also be more clinical in front of goal as well.
I'd like to see them go back to where Chloe Kelly's a little bit wider on the right, Lauren Hemp a bit wider on the left-hand side, and Bunny Shaw more central and higher up. Arsenal aren't very good at defending crosses. That's a known fact. Manchester City are very good at those deliveries, and Bunny Shaw's strength is getting between centre-halves and putting the ball in the back of the net. Why they haven't come into the game with that tactic is beyond me, but maybe they might change at half-time. I'm not a coach.
We know you're still trying to get your badges, Farah. Don't worry about that.
Coach, I might put my
rumour. Here we go. New Chelsea manager right there. Well, if you're only just joining us on BBC Two, here's the best of the action in case you missed it from the first half.
The early season matchup between two of the favourites for the WSL title. Kelly trying to turn, just wide. City are all over Arsenal here. And Catley, beautiful finish. It's going to be a penalty for Arsenal. Little, she saved it. Broad took a deflection, off the bar and away. Thrilling first half.
Well, social media has just gone into meltdown, Farah Williams. Apparently there's a contract already on the table.
So I won't be here at the end of the game?
Yes, you're off. I'm off. Well, as you can see, Manchester City players in the huddle. Some final words about getting back into this game. Can they get anything from this game today at Meadow Park? Let's get you back over to our commentary team. Rachel Brown-Finnis is alongside Robin Cowan.
The campaign starts here, everyone. Farah Williams for Chelsea.
She won't get enough holidays.
Oh, just you wait till she gets hold of you at the end of the game. I think we all want to see it. Anyway, let's concentrate on the game here. Well, I will say she drives a hard bargain. So Arsenal with a slender lead. They can take a lot of confidence, though, from the way they performed, maybe bar the first 10 minutes or so.
Yeah, and Edevar will reiterate to Arsenal that they're lucky that they weren't further behind, sorry, that they hadn't conceded in those opening 10 minutes, can't afford to give up possession and allow Manchester City to come at them. To start as they finish the first half, Arsenal.
Well,
Gareth Taylor as well.
And as Farah pointed out, Bunny Shaw has threatened without producing so far, but she is certainly their biggest threat in terms of attack. Arsenal on the front foot as we begin the second half. Okay, Chips it towards Little, who keeps it in. Retrieved. Caitlin Ford. Trying to play in Catley. Shaw's touch, well, it let her down, but she's won it back brilliantly. Broad. Space here for Chloe Kelly. City on the charge early on. It's Kelly! Drags it wide. Hasn't found her range so far.
What a ball from Jill Roard. Just saw the marauding run forward from Chloe Kelly. Takes it down and absolutely opens up the Arsenal defence. Katie McCabe does exceptionally well to get back across, make up that ground and narrow the angle for Chloe Kelly. This one whistled wide. And the speed of Kelly and Shaw and Hemp is always a real threat.
It's just been a couple of defensive lapses for Gareth Taylor and Manchester City. They've not done an awful lot wrong. The goal was disappointing, and then conceding the penalty. Jara Keating saved it to keep it at 1-0.
Russo will be desperate to get more in the game. Having to come too deep or deeper, nullifying that central threat for Arsenal.
Lovely touch from Pullover. Little keeps it going. Balti. Now Catley. Onto Caitlin Ford.
The timing of Alexandra able to come back with Alex Greenwood being out is exceptional.
A real concern for Greenwood, of course. Needs to be assessed properly. Take her time. Must be ready to come back, but she is such a key cog in this Manchester City, not just defence, because she starts a lot of the attacks as well. Such a assured presence in the back line.
Such quality when in possession from Alex Greenwood. Short passes, long passes. She's like a midfielder playing at the back.
Little just caught Hasegawa a little late. So we can pull back for the free kick for Manchester City. It should be pointed out that it's just the second goal Manchester City have conceded this season. And the other one was a late one for Chelsea, the Academy Stadium.
When they were down to 9 players, was it? Or 10? Yeah. As Farah mentioned, City need to play on the fact that Arsenal have looked vulnerable, balls into the box.
Mike stays down for Bunny Shaw, striding into the box and only finding the side netting. It was a tight angle.
Players looking to the sideline, to the assistant for an offside call, but Bunny Shaw's got in between defenders a couple of times now, just not been able to test Zinsberger.
Wilton Boyd did well to keep up with her.
See Arsenal's tactics change second half from goal kicks, not playing out in their own 6-yard or 18-yard box, looking to play longer. Sensible.
Just had a picture of Arsenal legend captain Faye White, regular here at Bournemouth. Ford. Catley, flag has gone up.
It's an excellent move. Lovely little turn from Caitlin Ford. Difficult to see from that angle.
The Australian connection is strong on the Arsenal left. Shaw holds off a couple of challenges and finds the shot, and it's wide again. You can't say they haven't had their chances, Manchester City.
Chloe Kelly in the first half and the second half dragged shots wide. And I think that's 3 now for Bunny Shaw, where she's just not been able to find the target. Let-offs really for Arsenal.
Sean Gota in attendance. Former Manchester City midfielder Kira Walsh has a goldfish named after him, I believe. And Nicholas Anelka. Top pet names, in my opinion. Well cleared. At the edge of the botch, but Manchester City back in possession. Here's help. One-two was read by McCabe. Little, lovely layoff for Pelova, who's got a few options. Left and right, goes left to Ford. Tries to play in Lacasse.
Catley overlapping down the left-hand side. Ford just didn't open up to see that option.
Bit of a slice from Keating.
That was a rubbish back pass.
Will stand corrected. Lacasse. Dangerous ball in. Good defending. Kennedy stuck a foot out. Robin Moy. Really good play. But she's lost it and she's out of position. Catley filling in. Caitlin Ford with the challenge and the latest to have her name taken.
No arguments with that one. City will hope that Bunny Shaw will be okay. She's staying down on the pitch. She'll be frustrated as well, Caitlin Ford, because the amount she's motored forwards, and Arsenal had opportunity to double their lead. It's just a poor challenge. On the wrong side of the ball, Bunny Shaw can see her coming, runs across her. You're always going to get booked. Not worse from that.
An emotionally draining time for Bunny Shaw. We should mention the country as well, collectively putting out a statement refusing to report for international duty due to payments not made for their performances at the World Cup and beyond as well. So a real show of unity from the Jamaican national side, which shouldn't have to be made.
No, but the platform that Jamaica put themselves on and their performances that were absolutely outstanding at that World Cup gives them that platform to have that voice and to make that stand. Bunny Shaw, a big part of that Jamaican team. And it's just not okay anymore. Jamaican Football Federation have loosely supported the women's team, inconsistently supported them. But for both Jamaica and Manchester City, I hope that Bunny Shaw's shoulder injury will be fine for her to continue.
She's back on at the moment, but not running massively freely. Keep an eye on that one. Nice play from Kennedy. Morgan onto Kelly. Now Jill Roord. Heavy, direct. She always is. It's well defended. They've almost got in each other's way there, Kelly and Esme Morgan.
Brilliant run from Lauren Hemp, wasn't it? atypical Lauren Hemp cutting. Couldn't find anyone in the box though.
Scored the winner against Belgium at the King Power Stadium and pulled out one of the best assists I've ever seen in the reverse fixture. Shaw. Oh, and Hemp couldn't find her feet.
That was a fraction away from Bunny Shaw, equaling things up for Manchester City. It's a wonderful ball in from Chloe Kelly, just can't get across it. And then Lauren Hemp just doesn't angle her body to be able to drill it back across that gaping goal.
Forward pulled up for the foul. Her attempts to get around Alana Kennedy.
Well, that was from a long goal kick, and it's not just a plan B, it's actually a second version of attacking football for Arsenal. And certainly with just the one goal advantage, one that makes sense.
Incredulous look from Bunny Shaw. Foul on Lotte Wubben-Moy here.
Yeah, just a little tug of the shoulder, isn't it?
Is Rousseau. Delicate pass forward for Ford. Oh, pull over, but it's taken off her toes by Lauren Hemp. Ford, good strength. Can slip it through for Kim Little, cut out by Hasegawa.
Look dangerous on those attacks. Caitlin Ford, especially down that left-hand side.
Alexandri. Fowler. And now Hemp. Away from McCabe. Palova down. Play goes on. Hemp. Shaw! So close. Once again, she hits the bar.
That is beautiful play for Manchester City. I agree with Gareth Taylor on applauding that. It starts from the back and Leila Ouahabi running out with the ball, builds it up beautifully. Mary Fowler there, and then Lauren Hemp just picks out, as she did in the first half, but this time, exact precision. Bunny Shaw's job is just to see that net ripple. Lovely play, and here are the first changes.
Double change for Arsenal coming up. Beth Mead on for Chloe Lacasse. Another substitute appearance for Beth Mead, and also Frida Mornham coming on for Victoria Palova. Welcomed back by the Boreham Wood crowd, Beth Mead. And we'll get at least half an hour of game time.
This is what everybody, bar Man City fans, wanted to see. Is Beth Mead getting more and more time. It ain't going to be half an hour because we never get 90-minute matches. So that's great for Beth Mead.
And a double change as well for City. Leila Ouahabi off for Kirsten Kasparai. And Julie Blackstad also coming on for Leila Ouhabi. So a double change in the back line for Manchester City.
Well, Julia Blackstad at left back's an interesting one. Or attacking player.
Has played there before, but genuinely more comfortable further up.
But what she does offer is a undeniable work rate and energy and grit to a team. As long as she can maintain the discipline positionally.
Out of those 4 substitutes we've just seen, 3 of them were on a booking, so that could have been something that has come into the thinking there.
Well, a lesson learned, isn't it, from particularly Lauren Hemp comes to mind on a yellow card, and then second yellow when she could have been substituted for dissent.
Ford on to Catley. Finds Ford once again. City work their way out of a tight situation, though not for long. Freedom Morning. Morning shoots, closed down by Hasegawa. One back by Steph Catley. Arsenal still looking a little bit vulnerable at the back. At the moment, though, as it stands, this would be their first clean sheet of the season in the WSL.
And to do it against the Manchester City, who are quite free scoring. Plenty of time left.
Broad managed to limit her influence, Arsenal. Kelly. Hasegawa. Kelly delivers towards Shaw, and Zinsberger watched it all the way and bowls it out for Beth Mead. Russo in support, but she may have run out offside. Ford. Mornham. Claimed by Keating. Russo had made that near post run.
Yeah, good cutout from Keating. Watching Julia Blackstad's role. But here, Mornham just couldn't cut it back enough, could she, and put it into an area that you'd expect Keating to be able to deal with it. But yeah, Julia Blackstad, obviously City are chasing the game. They're a goal behind with 25 minutes to go. In possession, she's going to go higher, she's going to go more central and leave the 2 centre-halves for City to deal with Russo.
That's a great ball down the line towards Hemp. Ilestedt got there. Zinsberger under it. McCabe with a hurried clearance. Mead wins it back, plays in Little. As always, tried to take her time. Blackstad in a good position to cut that ball out.
Moy and Ilestedt have had excellent games today, really stepped in and bullied Bunny Shaw, albeit Bunny Shaw's had a couple of chances where she's dragged them wide. She's never had an easy golden opportunity, and that's cost that hustle from those two centre halves.
Nice play from Hasegawa, anticipating and then picking out Lauren Hemp, who's got time. Arsenal shuffle across. Fowler. Assessing her options into Bunny Shaw. Here's Rord. Kelly, and again commanding from Zinsberger.
Did well, Zinsberger, crowded area, but there just was no pace on that ball from Chloe Kelly. The way she just dinked it up, allowed time for Zinsberger to come and collect. It needed to be deeper outside of the 6-yard box, or it needed to have more zip on it to trouble Zinsberger. Every time you come and collect a ball like that, the favour and momentum swings in your team's favour.
Keating, good ball out. Finds Kasparai. Sends it downfield towards Shaw. Robin Moy. She's had a really good start to the season. Marnham. It's a good touch. Taking up a good position. Mead.
Lovely ball from Van Moy there. Got to Marnham, who got between the midfield and the defence. That's why they advanced through the thirds.
Didn't quite collect on that occasion.
Should be disappointed not to start Leonardson Marnham. But the depth that Arsenal have, now they're getting players back like Miedemar and Mead. Offers up a good problem for Edeval.
We've barely seen Kyra Cooney cross as well. But the exit, the early one from the Champions League, means that they have entered the Continental Cup in the group stage, and that's their next game. Then home to Bristol City in midweek. So a chance to rotate and to see what other players in his squad can do. Hasegawa, Kasparai. We shouldn't discount that Bunny Shaw has had a couple of very good chances and she's been unfortunate. Just the defensive structure looks a lot better than we've seen in recent weeks from Arsenal. Blackstad, Hemp, Fowler, shrugs off McCabe. Blackstad, back to Fowler. Goes the cross in, away by Wibben Moy. No one out to Kasparai. Chance to measure it. Away by Valti. Back to Kirsten Kasparai. Good spell this for City. Kelly, away by Valti again. Committed defensively. Arsenal still just the 1-goal lead, so can't sit comfortably just yet. Blackstad. Hemp in support, and now Mary Fowler.
Final ball for City has just not been good enough.
And that was where we thought they could get their most joy, isn't it? From those wide positions, usually Chloe Kelly on point.
But they've looked to drive infield or drive down the line, and that cut back side, they're not being precise enough. Or they've not gambled and put balls in from distance, which you know Arsenal can be vulnerable at.
Hemp to the byline. Oh, the big block from Leah Valti to deny Julia Blackstad. Bunny Shaw back to goal. And Kelly puts it away. Manchester City level things up. They've been patient. And finally they found the finish. 1-1.
Well, it's not been as polished, it's not a wonder goal, but it has been sheer determination and persistence from Manchester City. And former Arsenal Academy and Arsenal player, Chloe Kelly. Again, it's Lauren Hemp, cuts it back, well marshalled by Vubba Moy. The rebound blocked by Arsenal. What can you do in tight areas? Great finder player. Bunny Shaw does exceptionally well. It's a little look up and in a tight space, lays it off with a perfect speed so that Chloe Kelly can hit it first time. And you can't argue that City have not deserved that.
They've been close a couple of times. Kelly with the clinical finish. Now let's see. Will we have a winner?
Teed up a dramatic finish, hasn't it?
As mentioned in the build-up, Arsenal arguably more in need. So will they take a few more risks?
And Vivienne Miedemar is warming up on the far side.
Terrifying presence for any opposition.
Certainly a great option if you need a goal.
For all of Arsenal's good build-up play, Chiara Keating has a lot to do in this second half. Here's Mornham. Can she pick out a player?
Excellent goalkeeping. See where she's gathered that, 7 yards out. Commanding, great hands, Chiara Keating. Takes out her captain. And I'm sure she'll take that. Excellent from Chiara. Gets right across the line of the ball, judges it, takes it at a nice high height. And that full force and momentum takes out a couple of players.
One thing I've learned from you, Rachel, is doesn't matter what shirt they're wearing.
If they're in the way, they're going to get taken out.
In goalkeeping, as in life. Stina Blackstenius getting ready to come on for Arsenal. She will be replacing Alessia Russo. No, some would argue that it's yet to really catch fire. Arsenal career scored a winner at the Emirates against Aston Villa, which was crucial. And I think if those who are looking at Alessia Russo just for her goal rate, yes, I'm sure she'll want more, but she offers so much more. She's much more than just a goal scorer. And I think, yes, we haven't seen as much of her in the second half, but she's one of the best at holding the ball up. Decision-making.
Absolutely. Blackstenius will offer something different, something where Blackstenius will harry players. Here's the goal that evens things up from Chloe Kelly. Arsenal did their very best to try and block, but third time lucky. Chloe Kelly drives it beyond the goalkeeper, Zinsberger.
It's the final quarter of an hour.
City will fancy themselves to go on and win this. They dominated possession. They had more shots in the first half. They had more shots on goal in the first half. They did everything but take the lead in the first half.
Having said that, 3 of Arsenal's WSL goals this season have been scored in the 76th minute onwards. We were there at the Emirates. 2 were scored in stoppage time. Alexandria on the deck. Keating picks out Lauren Hemp. Kim Little stands her ground. Gets the decision.
There's only going to be one winner in that battle. Kim Little and Bunny Shaw.
Asagawa. Hemp pulling out wide. Fowler. Blackstad. City now looking the more likely. Hemp forced out wide, falls on the ball.
Unintentionally handles the ball, and that's what the referee's given it for. Right call, she goes to check there. You see her right foot, a standing foot. Slide. And maybe the WWF knee to the ribs is where she stayed down.
Oh, Zinsberger lets the ball run. Tense moment for those behind the Arsenal goal. Momentum just swinging City's way.
A couple of little sloppy bits of play from Arsenal at the back. Putting them in. This is where the brain starts to tire in intense rivalries and intense matches like this. So little between these two teams.
Shaw onto Blackstad. Hemp. Now Fowler. Push from McCabe. Enjoys the physical battle. One back on Asagawa. Now Fowler.
Well, City look like they're the ones in control. They're dictating this game to Arsenal. They've looked the more synchronised of the two teams.
It's one back though. McCabe. Ford. Doubled up on, and Kasparai brings it away.
Excellent defending from Kasparai, just as Ford looked to get in between Kasparai and the defender with a check that Ford has made so many times. Snuffed it out.
I don't think either side will be particularly satisfied with this result. I dare say Chelsea and Emma Hayes will be.
Yeah, that's the only team it really suits, isn't it? Chelsea.
Asagawa to Rord. Arsenal really struggling to get hold of the ball now. Hemp will get another chance here to play it in for Fowler. Ten minutes remaining. Hemp. Fowler. Hemp, again that ball towards Shaw. Oh, big claims for a push.
That looked like a straight arm in the back of Bunny Shaw from Steph Catley. Obviously no VAR, so no review. That's what Bunny Shaw was signalling, and that's what I saw. Steph Catley going up for it, 2 arms in the back. Knew exactly what Lauren Hemp was thinking. She's wanting to play the ball onto Bunny Shaw's head. Catley and Arsenal got away with that.
Taking a big chance. Free kick given against Steph Catley.
Maybe Rebecca Welsh forgot to bring a yellow card out this second half, because it seems like what may have been awarded as a yellow first half. Joking aside, I think Arsenal were let off by that Bunny Shaw push, absolutely. And City are twisting the screw.
Interesting to see where Rebecca Welsh was, because I think if she saw it.
But the assistants on the side that you would expect to have been able to see that.
It's going to be taken again. Some shenanigans going on, it seems.
Oh, does she make a disappearing spray disappear?
I think Chloe Kelly feels it's in the way. Must respect the spray, Chloe Kelly.
We get another chance.
Kelly delivers low. Away by Mead, in by Blackstad. Robin Moy wins it. Kim Little calms things down. Good challenge from Jill Roord. And now Bunny Shaw, all alone. Hemp on the overlap. Lovely turn. Robin Moy with the clearance. Here's Mary Fowler. Claimed by Zinsberger.
What excellent defending, Robin Moy firstly, then Kim Little tracking back with Mary Fowler. Did exceptionally well. Zinsberger claiming they're hanging on, Arsenal. That seems to be all they're doing. They're looking for that one chance to counter. Use the pace of Blackstenius. Lovely trickery from Lauren Hemp here. Good header from Robin Moy, gets across Khadija Bunny Shaw. Mary Fowler tricky, but Kim Little sticks to it. Closes down the angle. And a bit of a breather for Catley and her Arsenal backline.
Helped on by Fowler. Back to Zinsberger by McCabe. Arsenal haven't really fashioned an opportunity for quite some time now, and Zinsberger's given it away straight to Kelly. Our eyes lit up.
It's a chance, a real chance for Chloe Kelly. Well, Sabrina D'Angelo started the season because she was better in possession than Zinsberger. And under pressure, Zinsberger has found it tough today. She's dealt with crosses really well and commanded the box really well. That still puts her ahead of D'Angelo for me.
This set. Morgan gets there. Kennedy onto Kasparite. Wood lets it run. Blackstenius can't get there. Hasegawa. Now Kelly. Cleared by Ruben Moy. Hooks back in by Hasegawa. Again, Ruben Moy, the first Arsenal player to it. Kept in. Kelly. Absolutely relentless here from City. McCabe trying to release Stina Blackstenius. Oh, Chiara Keating! That's a big error! Blackstenius tucks it away! And Arsenal may have just won this! The ultimate smash and grab! Again! Forced back defensively, and they have taken their chance when it has come.
But that's what Blackstenius is on here for, is to hassle and harry. And Katie McCabe sees the opportunity, sees the high line of Chiara Keating, mistimes it. Simple as that. Thinks she can get there, and she can get there, but just misjudges the bounce of it. Gets caught a little flat-footed. And this is a moment Chiara Keating will not forget. It was going to be a mistake or a moment of genius that separated these two teams. And Blackstenius has come on to do exactly what was required.
And the life of the goalkeeper illustrated in one single match. Chiara Keating. The highs of saving a penalty and the lows of making quite a high-profile error. Rachel, the right decision to try and come out.
She's got a high starting line, and that's why, is to come and mop up any through balls such as that. But you've got to have that moment of clarity, real concentration. You've got a high line, you've just got to allow that then to come on to you if you are in that position. But the biggest thing for Chiara Keating now is that is done, that is irreversible, and you have to concentrate on the here and the now. And the here and the now is in Arsenal's favour.
There is still time. City were piling on the pressure, and there will be, you imagine, quite a lot of stoppage time. Arsenal making a double substitution, a defensive one. Catley off for Jen Beattie and Caitlin Ford off for Noel Maritz. We are going to pause just for a second. There has been a hold up in the crowd. I believe perhaps a medical emergency.
Yeah, certainly all medical staff have been deployed in that direction, so jumping over the barriers to get into the crowd. Interesting one for Maritz, you know, the only real right back at Arsenal, and not starting. Katie McCabe in at least a third position this season, playing at right back.
The changes as well for Manchester City. Jess Park on, a rare appearance for her. A good loan spell at Everton last season.
And all set to be deployed in that World Cup squad. Had a shoulder injury and surgery that followed that kept her out of that, but her time will come.
Danet Castellanos also on. So Chloe Kelly and Lauren Hemp, the players withdrawn. And the board's gone up for 10 minutes of stoppage time.
Well, that's as we still wait for the game to be restarted as well. But Ciara Keating, now's not the time to be disappointed. It's so easy, isn't it? You switch off, you're trying to plough forward for your own win at Manchester City, and you get caught with a long ball. And as excellent as Keating is at sweeping up at the back, about playing with the ball at her feet, it's either, for any error from a goalkeeper, it's either bad decision or bad technique, and that is a bad decision.
Should she have stayed on her line then?
Oh,
it's just a difficult one because her defence had gone.
I think you'd have to see it in the context of the big picture. When you see the ball fizz through there, it just looks like, oh, you just mistimed your header. You have to rewind that a good sort of 10 seconds before, when the ball switches into the possession of Arsenal. When you see Katie McCabe in easy possession of the ball, you know as a goalkeeper that or a defender that ball can simply be played forwards with precision, with devastating effect, and you make a judgment there based on that picture, on that photograph. And probably I would have backed off as a goalkeeper because I saw my defender, I think it was Blackstad, or a recovering defender who would have made life difficult for Blackstenius. But that'll be something that she'll review with the goalkeeper coach. Right here, right now, she's got to get over that disappointment. 10 minutes on the board, more, I'm sure, than that. And her team are still in it.
Thankfully, it looks like the medical situation, the crowd is resolved for now. I really hope that the individuals involved are all right and play can restart. So Arsenal lead. And Rachel, that just seems to me to be the hardest component of being a goalkeeper. You can be angry, disappointed, sad about it later, but there is still, because of the stoppage time at least, a long way to go in this game. How hard is it to push that sort of thing aside?
Yeah, you get a lot of thinking time sometimes in games, and you know the worst thing for Ciara after this is 5-10 minutes of delays, so she can mull over it, goes over in your head. You've got time, dead time, to go over and talk to the goalkeeper coach, deliberate more on it. What could I have done? What should I have done? What's the impact, potential long-term impact on this game, on the season even? Just waiting for some clarity of what's actually happening.
Well, it looks like play isn't going to resume here. Rebecca Welsh in conversation with the two captains, Alexandri and Kim Little, to explain the situation. We will bring it to you when we have it, but looks like we're not going to restart just yet. And players will try and keep warm here.
Yeah, going back to Keating, the goalkeeper. She's only 19. This is her first season starting in senior football. You're going to have, whether they come in, you know, a matter of 5 or 6 games in your first season, or whether it takes, you know, a few years to have these experiences. We all, as senior goalkeepers, have these experiences, and they do. All you can do is learn from them. I use that phrase, control the controllables, still now beyond my playing days, and it's very much putting that into practice. You can't control what has happened. What you can control is what you do from this moment forwards, and that's accurate and intense decision making. It's application of the basic technical principles of goalkeeping, and putting those two together will ensure that she can conduct her back line, she can, in possession, have an impact on the game, out of possession, do the best job she can as a goalkeeper, and their team need her.
While we wait for that situation to be resolved, a reminder, the Women's Football Show tonight, 11:35 on BBC One after Match of the Day 2. All the highlights from all the games from the Women's Super League this weekend. And then from us, next up, next Sunday, 12:15 start on BBC 2, Tottenham. And a brilliant start to the season against Liverpool, who defeated Arsenal in their opening game. Should be a really good one, that one. So do join us then. Well, we'll give you any information we can when we get it, but a recap of the goals. There's been a lot of incident in this game.
Yeah, I think 6 yellow cards, wasn't it, in the first half, and this time laid off by Palova into Caitlin Ford, who draws a couple of defenders and lays it off, and great finish by Catley. And this is the equaliser from Chloe Kelly. Relentless persistence from Manchester City to get themselves back in the game. And here's the mistake, the opening, the long ball from Katie McCabe, misjudged by Keating in the City goal, and Blackstenius, who'd only come on a few minutes before, takes advantage of that. I remember my first ever senior game playing for Liverpool.
How old are you, age of 9 or something?
I'd matured a bit. I was 15, in year 11 at school.
Goodness me.
And we played at Anfield for our first game, just to add to the occasion. And we played Arsenal, and we lost 6-0. He went on to be a world star, Kelly Smith. He was also about 17 at the time. Scored at least 1 goal against me. So it is daunting as a goalkeeper at senior level, making your debut. Don't think that had anything to do with the mistake from Keating, but you can bounce back for sure.
Well, Gareth Taylor has put his faith in her, and so has Serena Wiegmann. So we have restarted. Try and figure out exactly how much stoppage time we have.
Katie McCabe.
Oh, the yellow card's out.
I think it was Katie McCabe, but it was brandished too as she ran past the referee.
Short odds on Katie McCabe being one of those named in the referee's book.
Well, I don't know whether it's for that tackle we just saw a little bit late or something she may have uttered. It's going to be a dramatic 10 minutes finish.
Might be more than that. Long stoppage. Here's Maritz. Over for Blackstenius, and confident play from Chiara Keating.
Good, that's what I wanted to see from Keating. Say it's not what's happened before, it's what you do now. Excellent decision. Arsenal at back 5 now. Trying to really congest that central area. Not allow City to get anything back.
Great play. Keeps hold of it and finds Roard. Strong challenge from Kim Little. A well-timed one. Invites Mornham forward. Kennedy back to Keating.
Brilliant little block from Kim Little. Covered every blade of grass. Such a clever, intelligent player in and out of possession.
Here is Castellanos. Finds Fowler. Pushed over the top by Zinsberger.
I don't know why City have not unleashed that many more times in this game. I think that's the first time that they've cut inside and from distance taken a shot. I can't remember another time. The first time that Zinsberger's had to make a save like that. Great effort, just creates a yard. Good save from Zinsberger.
Here comes the corner, Shaw won it, couldn't keep it down.
For all of, we talked about Arsenal's vulnerability in dealing with balls into the box. City have not made them work. It's a great header from Ilestedt here. Feels all of the force of the shoulder of Bunny Shaw. Does well to get up. But Bunny Shaw will maybe wake up the hot sweats of the chances she's missed in this game.
Goes Mead, plays it off, Blackstad.
That's what you got when you bring on Blackstenius, you bring on Beth Mead, is that outlet, the ability to play a long ball and have players with real pace to chase it down.
Nice play, Fowler, finding the space and finding Castellanos.
City are going to have to go a little bit more tempo. Final couple of minutes.
The onus is now with City. There's another good challenge from Kim Little. Little clips it down the side for Blackstenius, who is flagged offside. This is the difficulty for Manchester City. Arsenal can just hold what they have.
Yeah, we're shoring up that back line with Ilestedt and Jambiti and Wilbur Moy.
And Shaw, as we enter the, we think, final stages of stoppage time here. Rachel Brown finished your Barclays Player of the Match.
Well, not the goal scorer, Steph Catley, but I've gone for Lotte Wilbur-Moy for my Player of the Match. I think quietly gone about making real goal-saving blocks, marshalling her backline excellently, and in possession, the distribution has been excellent. Kim Little has controlled the centre of the park really, really well. So you're going up against physical mismatches like Bunny Shaw, but you're using her body weight so well. And that's what the cleverest of midfielders and players do. She's been really instrumental in Arsenal getting this win if it stays 2-1.
I've got to say, though, should Arsenal see this one out and get the win, it's been another game where they've not performed consistently. They've had really good spells in attack. They've looked better in defence, although you could argue they've ridden their luck slightly. Manchester City have hit the post, the bar. They've been unfortunate. So still a lot of work, you feel, for Arsenal to put in to become that really difficult and terrifying outfit that they can be.
They've given up far too many goal-scoring chances to Manchester City. Manchester City have not been clinical, have not punished Arsenal. I agree with that. I talked in the World Cup about, did you deserve to win? Well, sometimes that doesn't count, does it? It's maybe one of those occasions today. It will certainly help build the confidence of Arsenal and their adoring fans.
Oh, Zinsberger came out. Unfortunately from her, she managed to find the touchline. Still time for City. And they draw level again. Blackstad. Arsenal sitting deep. Fowler. Clearance charged down from Kim Little. Ilestedt pokes it forward. Just want it away from their goal, Arsenal. Oh, Kennedy's overrun that. Here's Blackstenius. Now Mead lets it run for Blackstenius. Now Mornham. Lovely feet. Mornham strikes. Gathered by Keating.
Well, City have to go for it, so Hasegawa on her own there as a centre-half. Not ideal, but good recovery from Blackstad.
Collected by Stina Blackstenius. Beth Mead in support. Also just try and run down the clock. Castellanos gets it off her with ease.
Yeah, Man City, 17 shots. Only 4 on goal, on target, sorry. That's the difference.
Ellie Roebuck here, but not in the squad. And there we have it. A crucial victory in the title race. Arsenal on the bank foot. But they've managed to find a way through. Once again, they show their resilience, they show their spirit, they show their belief. Second best for most, but ultimately they've come out of this game winners against title rivals. Manchester City's unbeaten start is over. Arsenal win against City to shake up the title race. Not scenes we like to see Rachel Brown finish, but that is, as we've mentioned, the life of the goalkeeper.
It is, and it's one that, of course, she'll remember, but she'll learn from. She'll be a better goalkeeper from it, and it's not just about her. It was left exposed. City were going for it, and it's one error, but as a goalkeeper, we all come to learn and understand that one error can equal 1 goal, and today it was the decisive goal in Arsenal's favour.
The Gunners fire at the right moments in this game. They've beaten Manchester City by 2 goals to 1.
Thank you, Robin. Thank you, Rachel. Yes, Kiara Keating right there, Farrah Williams, distraught because Arsenal go on to grab all 3 points here today at Meadow Park.
Yeah, of course she is, and I think she'll feel responsible for the mistake that led to the winning goal for Arsenal. City were in control for much of the second half, and she'll be feeling, you know, that mistake has cost them the game. But as we just heard Rachel Brown mention there in comms, she'll learn from this. She's a young player, she's still developing as a player, and I think the way in which Manchester City and Gareth Taylor in particular wants their goalkeepers to play is really aggressive. They have a really aggressive start position. She's obviously misjudged the bounce and it's gone over her head. It's going to happen in games, and she'll learn from this one, and it's a mistake that, of course, will cost them.
Look what it's done to the table there. Chelsea remain top of the table after their 6-0 win against Aston Villa. That win for Arsenal today means that they go level on points. Manchester City with the better goal difference there, and Aston Villa still to pick up a point in the WSL. Ellen White, overall thoughts on the game today?
I think overall, you know, Arsenal took their chances. Obviously, you know, a few mistakes. I actually thought once Man City had scored, I thought that they could have more front foot. They had a few chances. I think they actually should have really pushed a bit more and really gone for the 3 points. At times, it was playing as if they were both waiting for a draw almost.
Yeah.
And then obviously that long ball over the top by Katie McCabe, mistake by Keating. And then obviously
well, here's
they
how
got the
Manchester
winner.
City got back into the game.
Yeah,
I make this one down for us, Farah.
We was talking, wasn't we, at half-time, and I mentioned how good City were when they get the ball into the box early, and that actually come from a delivery, a more narrow delivery. You'll see here, we'll Hemp put it in earlier, and then obviously it falls to Chloe Kelly, who smashes it home, but it was coming from Manchester City in this half, and it's a great finish for Chloe Kelly, and as Ellen mentioned, this we thought might have led to them with a more progressive attack.
Yeah, and like Farah said at half-time as well, get the ball in the box for Bunny Shaw. She had a header that hit the crossbar, and I just think that's what Man City needed to do, and I think they could have capitalised, could have maybe scored another goal, but obviously, as it happened, Arsenal then went on to get the winner.
Well, let's see how they went on to get the winner, because it started from a long ball, Farah.
Yeah, and it was with Katie McCabe. We see here, I actually thought she overhit the pass, and as I mentioned, Manchester City want their goalkeepers with that aggressive start position. I think Keating, we've seen here, she just misjudged the bounce, and it's fell beautifully for Blackstenius, who's come on and put the ball into an empty net and given Arsenal the 3 points to take away from the game.
In such a short season, Ellen, how important is that win for Arsenal today?
It's huge for them. Obviously, it puts them on level points with Man City, back in the pack, which we spoke about. And I think it gives them a lot of confidence, a bit of momentum as well. They'll probably be very frustrated with the start of the season, obviously out of the Champions League. Not the best performances, but I think this one really galvanises the whole squad. And I think this might kind of set them up now, moving forward in this league.
Yeah, that's 3 wins in a row now. Does that mean they're finding that momentum, Farah?
Potentially. I think we still heard Jonas say he doesn't quite know his team, and I think even with the substitutions, Alex, I don't think they really impacted the game.
Yeah.
I think Beth Mead needs minutes, so Jonas is probably thinking this is an opportunity to give her minutes, but not where she came on and had an impact in the game. It was probably more get the minutes into you. So they're still learning about what their strongest team are, but they look far better than they did do, you know, in the opening couple of games. So momentum is key.
And for Manchester City, Ellen, it's about them regrouping and going again, because before this defeat today, they were undefeated.
And they'd only conceded once.
Yeah.
Now they've conceded 2. Obviously disappointed, defensively to have not kept a clean sheet. And yeah, I think they've still obviously got a great side. I think they'll still move forward, and I think they'll still perform and be up there with the pack. But obviously, really disappointed ultimately with getting that goal really late on, and Arsenal obviously eventually winning.
Yeah, of course it will be, but I think they'll bounce back from this, Alex. They're a strong team. I think they've shown that. I don't think this will disrupt too much.
Yeah, not disrupt too much.
Not disrupt too much. I mean, I didn't want to keep talking. I keep hearing in my ear 10.
Don't worry about that. Well, OK, that's it from Meadow Park today. As we leave one North London team, you can join us next week as we join another one. Tottenham will be taking on Liverpool. That one will be on BBC 2 at 12:15. We will see you then. Goodbye for now.
Here we have a huge game in the WSL. Catley! Beautiful finish! It's going to be a penalty for Arsenal. It's Little. She saved it. Broad took a deflection. Off the bar! Shaw! So close. Bunny Shaw back to goal. And Kelly puts it away. That's a big error. And Arsenal may have just won this.
Football truly is a game of 2 halves. Everton, nothing will be the same, is the riveting story of their battle against relegation. Listen now on BBC Sounds.
This is the story of a boatload of drugs.
Are you telling me you can't use a few million quid?
You better tread careful, you two. It belongs to someone.
He's the tailor. He's just called the tailor.
Do you think I look like a drug dealer?
Well, You don't not look like a drug dealer.
Boat Story, coming soon to BBC One and iPlayer.